What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Bubba's Tire Arca series. Bubba's Ball Tire Outlet. Bubba, it's got all kinds of names. Just know it's going to be the Arca series here in Original Rebels. I'm Eddie Smith with Rebel Racing Network, and we're getting ready for I don't know. It's going to be a heck of a race. We got a big old field here tonight. This qualifying is just about to get started, and we've got over 30 drivers here tonight. And probably one of the best. Oh man, a best series in iRace to the mountains up there in the distance, as we are at Autoclub here tonight. Big old raceway, similar to Michigan. And we got to do 80 laps here tonight. They got 50 laps at Talladega this season and 50 laps at Daytona, but 80 here tonight. Going to be a long one, especially if we have a lot of cautions. It's going to be a tough race. Better pop your popcorn and get ready, as we've got some of the fastest drivers in iRacing in this series. This series is one of the most competitive, the most fun, and I tell you what, I cannot wait to see how this race is going to play out. Definitely want to start out with our sponsors. Want to thank all of our sponsors: Jeff By Jr., Chuck Pegleg Phelps, No Neck, Fast Repair, Matt Clemon. Want to thank Dark Horse Motorsports. You got Flexible Freight Solutions, and then we got a couple more that we'll get to in time. But really excited to get this thing rolling out. We got qualifying, and we got about 5 minutes to talk about this race and what we can expect. Man, Auto Club, very Michigan-like, very wide, 2 miles. You're going to be wide open. You're going to be running the rim. You're going to run the bottom, run the middle, wherever you can find a little bit of grip. And if the guy that you're trying to pass is up top, you're going to have to find speeds elsewhere. So going to be tough. Guys are going to be pushing the limits at the wall. I think the wall is going to be really strong. But how long do tires last? All kinds of different scenarios here tonight. I'm excited to see how this plays out. It could be a mess. We had the Grand National Series at Rockingham, and we went green flag all the way. I can almost guarantee you we're not going to make a green flag all the way. Just going to be impossible. Just too many guys. Being race number 1, got a lot of butterflies to get out. So we'll have a lot of fun, though. I'm excited. Got a lot of people in chat. Be active. I got chat now. I can see you if you're talking. So go ahead and give her a little bit of comment. Let us know what's going on. And let's check out some of these qualifying runs. We'll go ahead and get the standings up. Normally don't do qualifying, but trying to stay in it. Get a little bit of extra going on. Let's see who's out on the track right now. We got Jonathan Cofield right now on the track. He is already made a lap. It looks like he's currently sitting 5th on the board, but Andy Kurt's sitting up top right now, as we'll see if Cofield able to do anything better with this second lap as he comes off of turn 4, just screaming. You see he's using sort of all of the track, and as he crosses the line, 41.3 on the last lap and 41 flat. That's enough for pole position. Let's check in with the number 5 machine. He has already completed his lap, so he is out. Ran his first lap, his best lap of 41.2. So, man, Jonathan Cofield laid down a heck of a lap out there. We check in. Kyle Martinson ran a 41.818 his first lap. We'll see what the second lap is going to be. Comes down the straightaway, and we'll see where this lap ends up. A 41.282, that is good enough for 5th currently at the moment. Mickey Isaac out on the track, didn't make the race in the Grand National Series. Looks like he's on track for tonight. Man, he is a mainstay here in the Arca Series, and looks like his first lap was good enough for 13th position with a 41.390. Let's see if he can make better on that here on this lap. as you cross the line, just a little bit slower, so not able to pick up any on the second lap. Charles Stevens Jr. currently in 24th after really slow first lap. Don't know if he had some sort of issue. We'll see what this second lap is, as we've only got about 15 seconds left in qualifying, so if you haven't put down a lap, now is the time. Charles Stevens picks up a few spots up to 18th. Now on the board, the 41.468, so a good bit of improvement there on the second lap, but that's all she wrote right there, as we'll go ahead and let's get into the grid, as let's see where everybody's starting tonight. Jeff by Art. Uh-oh. What is that doing up there? That's wrong. Well, that's a Hardline Truck Series. That ain't supposed to be up there, but you know what we're watching. Bubba's Tire Arca Series. But your Peg Leg Pole Award winner is Jonathan Cofield with a screaming lap, a 10th faster than second place Jim Caldwell Jr. And, of course, we are in the Jeff By Jr. Art starting lineup. If we can get us a nice little camera angle for this, get this thing rolling. Jim Caldwell Jr. on the outside of the front row, starting second in the number 15 Arca Menard Chevrolet. Andy Kurtz starting third. Expect to see a lot out of him and Jonathan Cofield. We saw them all last season battling it out. Definitely expect to see more of that this season. Brandon Wallace starting outside the front row with a fantastic qualifying run. Kyle Martinson starting in 5th. Brett Beaver starting 6th. Daniel Pope starting 7th. Eric Tracy starting 8th. Jason Warren starting 9th. Matt Tilder rounding out your top 10. Mike Kostick starting in 11th. Aaron Adcock starting in 12th. Starting 13th. Mickey Isaac starting 14th. Michael Nash starting 15th. Philip Hitman Monzo starting 16th. Josh Oswald starting 17th. Cameron Hamilton starting 18th. Charles Steven starting 19th. Stephen McDonald starting 20th. Chuck Pegleg Feltz starting 21st. Matt Knights starting 22nd. Rick Rube starting 23rd is David Jones. Starting 24th, Tyler Rice, T. Rice himself. Matt Clemens starting in 25th. 26th, Tyler Breeding. 27th, Kieran Church, winner in the Grand National Series tonight. See if he can make it 2 in a row. Back-to-back, 2-time. 28th, starting 28th is Kyle Roberts. 29th, Christopher Reese. And 30th, Jason Lottridge, bringing up the rear of the field. That is your Jeff By Jr. starting lineup. As everybody getting going, getting out on the track. John Cofield going to lead us around. We got 80 laps here tonight. Going to be a very, very long race. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of race analysis. What can we expect out of this? What does the series do? 80 laps. Very, very long race here. If we go green all the way, that is 55 minutes. Without anything else, that's no pit stops or anything. So it's going to be a very long race, 60% fuel, so you're not going to be able to stretch it too far. 3 total sets of tires. That's the real kicker. I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. That is going to be very, very interesting. That is not a lot of tires here. We'll see. We'll see how that works. And then I've got down for 1 faster pair, but a little bit of mistake in making the server. There's actually unlimited faster pairs, so just hang it all out. That's what I say. But getting ready to get this thing rolling. Excited to see how this race ends up. Going to be a lot of fun. Pace car takes a left turn off of the track onto pit road, and Jonathan Cofield leads us down to the green flag. And green flag is out. And caution already, as there's people spinning back here. We didn't even make it to the start-finish line. There's Kyle Roberts, Matt Knights, Matt Clemens, number 6, 35 of Kyle Roberts. I mean, I don't know. These guys didn't even make it to the start-finish line, so caution already out. Let's go back and see what happened. Like it may have started somewhere near Chris Reese. Chris Reese in that 62 machine. Yeah, just looks like a little checkup here on the start. See if we can maybe pause it and find out who that was. Oh, yeah, it looks like I can't tell who that white car is. Oh, Davy Jones. See if we can go back and see exactly what happened. Man, this is going to be a long race. Yeah, looks like there's a little bit of checkup here on this line. Let's see if we can get a better camera angle that might show that. Here we go. Watch the white 10 and the 64. You see Steve McDonald really checking up that inside line, really accordion there. And so just tough there. It's hard to see things when you got a car in front of you, so it makes sense that happens from time to time. You always tell guys, man, just got to, when you're towards the back, especially of a big pack like that, just kind of roll on the throttle. You're not really trying to go anywhere fast. Roll on that throttle and let the field kind of stretch its legs a little bit. So we've got sort of a timing and scoring issue, which will happen whenever the field, 10 plus cars doesn't make it to the start finish line. There'll be a little bit of an issue. So trying to sort that out, and we can get this thing back green and get some racing in. Well, Steve McDonald is our in-race reporter, so let's talk to him and see maybe he can tell us what happened. And let's bring Steve McDonald up in the booth. Steve McDonald, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, you are in-race reporter tonight, and you were all up in that particular incident there. Tell me what happened from your point of view.
I don't know. I just seen somebody in my mirror get turned. I don't know. I don't even know who it was. I think it was Matt Knight.
Was there a lot of checkup on the bottom line there coming to that green flag?
Yeah, they kept checking up. I don't know what the deal was.
Well, all right.
All I know is I seen like two cars behind me. One got turned sideways. Like I said, I don't even know who it was.
I got you. Well, all right, Steve. Well, you're sitting in 18th right now. You got a little bit of ground to make up here. What you plan? What you got in mind as we get ready to get this thing going green? Maybe get some green flag laps going here.
I'm just gonna take my time and try to learn to manage my tires. I've got the speed kind of figured out. I just got to get the tire management down.
You think you're gonna be working that top side, the low line? What you plan here?
I'm gonna start up at the top and see how that works, and just go from there.
All right. Well, good luck, Steven. Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
sir. Yep.
All right, that's Steve McDonald. That's tonight's in-race reporter. We'll catch up with him a couple times. We might pull some other people up in the booth, especially if we have a lot of cautions. But he is our in-race reporter, so we'll keep tabs on him, see where he's at, and keep tabs of what his strategy is and maybe what he's seeing out there as far as from his point of view. Well, Jonathan Cofield's still in the lead. As like I said, we barely even got past the start-finish line. So we're going to get them doubled up again and go green. Lights on the pace car are out. Race control, obviously, going to be telling them, hey, guys, let's just take it easy here. Let's get this thing going. No need to be wrecking right at the start-finish line, but once these guys get settled, I think we're going to see some amazing racing. Especially out of Jonathan Cofield, Andy Kurtz, we know how strong they are in these cars. Expect to see a lot of fun. Come down and take the green flag here for restart number 2. We'll try it again. As you see, a little bit of an accordion effect again. So we'll have to keep tabs on maybe what's causing that. But there we go. Down into turn 1. You see Cofield way at the top, Jim Caldwell Jr. down at the bottom, and you're going to see why that top is so strong is, Man, look how they're all fanning out all over the place. Some 3 wide here as we... Huge field of 30 cars. They're fanning out. You can see all the different lines. Guys trying all kinds of different things. You're going to find a lot of speed early. If you maybe a little bit faster than guys in front of you, you can really jump up the high side and make some moves with that momentum from the top. Just really cool to see that iRacing has allowed that. You see Steve McDonald almost get tagged there. Battle already for 6th place. Daniel Pope going to the inside of Kyle Martinson. Oh my goodness, he's got a little bit of contact back here. You see right in front of, I believe that's the 1 of Matt Telder and Aaron Adcock getting together, but they go 3 wide. Matt Telder in the middle, not where you want to be, as he definitely got a little bit loose in that singular number 1. He's going to be 4 wide here in just a second. Well, these guys are not playing around as they come off of turn 2. 4 wide. Mickey Isaac going to have to back off just a little bit, but they're still 3 wide. It's on lap 7. What are you doing? Who is the number 27? Michael Nash. He's ready to go, I'll tell you that. He's got that Winn-Dixie car wound up on the bottom. He's making some moves. Going to have to fall back behind Matt Telder. We got guys all over the place. I cannot believe we made it this many laps. 3 wide, but that's what's so great about this track. There's just a lot of running room, big, huge, wide track. You can run multiple different lanes, and you can just see how much fun. This is not a draft track. It's not something you would say you would have a draft pack. Just a lot of guys moving. Up front, though, Jonathan Cofield's starting to kind of pull away a little bit. He's got a good 1.2 seconds. We talked a lot about him last season and how he is just itching to be a champion here at Arca. And I think this season he's really going. Oh, we got somebody in the – who is that? Derek Tracy down on the inside and running through the grass. I don't know what happened to him. Let's see if we can maybe find out what happened. Oh, he gets a bump from Jason Warren. We'll go back just a little bit as he kind of has to check up a little bit. Jason Warren has a big run, and it looks like he was going to try to stick it up in there. And I think Eric Tracy thought he had the right away there, and just gets tagged a little bit, goes through the grass, mows the grass a little bit, and comes back on track, but loses a ton of spots. He's down 18 from where he started, running in 26th now. So Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Not necessarily wreck, but definitely a rewind. Andy Kurtz now in the 2nd position, with Jim Caudill Jr. all over the back bumper. I really like the way that 15 car looks. I gotta say, that is a good-looking Gatorade machine as he is looking to the inside of Andy Kurtz, trying to find a way to take over that 2nd position. As he drives down to the bottom, he can clear it. Slide job is going to be the name of the game tonight. As you see the run here off the top side that Andy Kurtz is able to get, that's what's going to make it tough. You got to drive as hard as you can down to the bottom and then slide up in front of him. And it looks like Caudill able to make that happen. Kurtz sort of just lets him go there. Don't want to fight him too hard. Making the right decision, I would think, as you don't want to draw a whole bunch of cars back up to you, especially if he's faster. So Jim Caudill up to 2nd place. He's got 2 seconds to run down Jonathan Cofield, who is fastest on track by a good 10th over anybody else. There's not even anywhere close to Jonathan Cofield. Let's go on board with Jonathan, and let's see. Oh, Lord. What is this? Let's see what Jonathan's doing. Saw him last time around run really high in 1 and 2, and then sort of run the bottom in 3 and 4. See if he does the same thing. Yeah, I mean, just keeping the right side above that seam right in the middle of the car, keeping that right rear above it, a little bit more banking, a little right there, so you can really lean on that right rear as you really push the limits of how much space you got between the car and the wall. And then down in 3 and 4, just driving down, putting the left sides under this seam, sort of keeping those right sides and that right rear above it, and really getting good drive off. I mean, he's making a ton of time here by himself. Already out 2 seconds. You see the gap between him and Jim Caldhill Jr. That time by, they were very, very close in lap times. John Cofield just a tad bit faster. Let's go back through the field. Let's check in on some of these battles, though. We'll keep you updated on the lead, but right now, I mean, there's racing going on everywhere. If you look, we've got the 83 of Cameron Hamilton, who is a new driver to the series, up 3 spots, or up 1 spot in 16th. And then you got Charles Stevens Jr. on the outside, Mickey Isaac, Chuck Phelps, C. McDonald there. Chuck Phelps has already made up 2 spots from where he started, so he is moving on up. We got a cam for him too, don't we? I think. Let's see how calm he looks. He's wide-eyed. Look at him. If he didn't blink, his eyeballs would fall out of his head. You see he's shaking. Got that direct drive wheel wound up as he's trying to make some moves here. He's already up a couple spots, making up 3 now. So Chuck looking really good. Just trying to make that bottom side work. Very, very tough in traffic to make it work. He does clear Charles Stevens there. So another spot for Chuck Phelps. As I don't think he's got to be worried about direct drive. I think direct drive needs to be worried about him. But Chuck looking good out there. Already making up some good spots. And I said making up some good spots. Yep. Woo! My goodness, there's just battling going on everywhere. Brandon Wallace up here with Michael Kostick, that 99 machine. Now, golly, that's a good-looking car right there, Brandon Wallace. I like that. Man, that is a candidate for the Jeff Bott Jr. Art best paint of the night right there. Man, I like that. About to keep tabs on him. He's dropped a couple spots. He started 4th. He's currently running 8th. Going the wrong way. But right now trying to hold off. Michael Kostick's going to drive down to the bottom in the number 8 Jack Daniels car. He can do a little slide job. You know, talking about what can you expect? The hotline's going to be extremely strong. So the strategy to make some passes sometimes is you're going to have to drive down into the corner on the bottom and slide up in front of that guy and stop that run. That's going to be how you make passes off the bottom, especially if you're equal in speed. So going to see a lot of that tonight, and sometimes that can end up bad for the guy in front. Is towards the end of the race, you start doing slide jobs, guys are not going to lift for you. You may find yourself going down into the grass, but that's part of it. What you got to do. But right now, Brandon Wallace, Michael Kostick racing hard for 8th place. Well, we got a battle here for 26. Tyler Rice looking to the inside of Matt Knights. Not quite able to make the pass. Both these drivers falling back just a little bit. But it looks like Matt Knight's going to take that position and start to pull away from Tyler Rice. Tyler, not to maybe watch some guys. He may just be saving his stuff, knowing, man, I've only got 3 sets of tires for an 80-lap race. So they are already, you would think if it's a 60-lap race, you could pit right about now if there's a caution. But with 80 laps, that's 20 more than that. So you could break it up into, hey, if it was 60 laps, I could pit, every 20 laps or so. But not going to be able to do that tonight. It's going to be really, really tough. You're going to have to take care of these tires. I can literally click anywhere here on this time and scoring screen. We're going to find battles as, man, Matt Telder, Aaron Adcock still 3 wide. Again, we've got 17 of Josh Oswald on the outside. And Aaron Adcock going to move up in front of Josh. Matt Telder now running side by side with Josh in that 17 car, and Cameron Hamilton right behind him. Going forward with Cameron as we watch him go down the inside, slowly making his way forward. Three wide. Matt Telder having no issue going 3 wide as Cameron has to sort of back out of it. Let these guys maybe sort it out. Matt Telder, though, gets really, man, he is kind of all over the place. I don't know what he's doing. Like he's throwing sort of a block off the corner there, but definitely don't want to risk that as one little wrong move. He's kind of leaning on Cameron there. So maybe a little bit of frustration already early trying to make some of these passes, but not able to get them done. And it can be frustrating trying to make a pass on the outside with somebody on your inside and constantly guys getting runs. And you're trying to make this pass, but you can't because, somebody gets a run and slows your progress. So, but 3 wide still, these 3 drivers. Nobody wants to give it up. Oh, Telder thought about doing a little slide job over there on Oswald, not quite able to make it happen. He desperately wanted that. They are still 3 wide. This has been a full lap. Oh, and Telder leans on Oswald a little bit, saw a little bit of contact. The 17 gets a little bit out of shape. I tell you what, Cameron doing a great job on the bottom. Almost was able to clear him there, but they're still 3 wide. This is all for 12th position. These guys are racing like this for 12th spot. That's how hard it is and how much competition there is in this series. Is you got to fight for every position you can get. And it looks like Cameron going to come out on top, slide up in front of the 1, actually opens the door and lets the 1 get a run on the outside maybe. And can't really tell. They've got Kyle Martinson a little bit slow here. Cameron's starting to come alive here on old tires, it looks like. Have to keep an eye on him as this race goes on. Going up front for 4th position, Jason Warren, Daniel Pope been kind of going back and forth here. Oh, is Jason Warren going to come down pit road? So Jason Warren comes down pit road. I think this might be a scheduled pit stop. Pitting on lap 25, going to, 50, 25. I'm not sure. I'm not real sure if this is scheduled or not. We'll see if anybody follows. But seems a little bit early. Don't know if he had some sort of issue. But if we stay green, this may be a decent strategy for sure. So he comes down pit road, gives up that 4th position. Well, so far your top 10, Jonathan Cofield, not really pulling away. Jim Caudill Jr. now less than a second behind him, so Caudill really running him down in that 15 machine. Those are your top 2. Anthony Kurtz sitting in 3rd position, Daniel Pope in 4th, Michael Costa in 5th, Brett Beaver 6th, Michael Nash 7th, Brandon Wallace in 8th, Aaron Adcock 9th, and Matt Telder in the 10th position right now. Your biggest mover on the track is Kieran Church, who has moved up 10 spots from where he started. Started in 27th, currently running in 17th. He won a little bit earlier in the Grand National Series. And so far looking really, really good. We've got multiple people on pit road. Michael Nash, Aaron Adcock. Coming down pit road, those are teammates, so obviously working together, talking about it, decided let's come on down, get those tires. It's such a tough deal with so many limited tire sets. You got 3 total, 1 that starts on the call. Michael Nash gets a little bit crazy in his pit stall, has to back up. Oh, it's so awful under green. He's able to get in the spot, not going to lose that much time, but in the 40, as the camera changed at just the last moment. I don't know who the 40 is. Oh, that's Phil Hitman Monzo. He slid through his stall as well. And gosh, I think Aaron must have done it too, because we got somebody. My goodness, Kyle Martinson is gone. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to Kyle as he was. We've already missed it. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he sped down pit road. He was coming down. He's really, really hot. And, yeah, slides through pit road and must have gotten a speeding penalty, and he just called it a day. So, pit road wide open, though. As pit stops have already. I mean, look at pit road, just wide open, making green flag pit stops. I said I thought with so many drivers, we're going to have a bunch of cautions. We had the one on lap 1, but so far been green since, and making green flag pit stops with 30 drivers. I'll tell you, I just hate to harp on it, and I'll probably shut up about it at some point, but it's just really impressive that these guys can do this week in and week out. And Jim Caudill Jr. actually going to win the battle off pit road between Jonathan Cofield. That's the battle for the lead on the track. And Caudill able to, oh man, he is dirt tracking it off the corner, trying to get as much speed and make that exit cone. But what a great pit stop out of Jim as he comes out with the lead, and just a fantastic stop. He was, let's see, the pit lap time, he was almost a second and a half better, and his pit stop time was also about 0.2 faster. So just a great job getting on and off pit road by Jim Caudill, and that's going to give him the lead. Daniel Pope pitted a lap before these guys. Made up a little bit of time, but still about 2.5 seconds off your leader. And Andy Kurtz right behind him with Jason Moore, Michael Kostick, and then Michael Kostick. I don't know who that is right in front of him. That is the 808 of Brett Bieber, I believe. It is. He is a lap down, so. Oh, it's Charles Stevens Jr. gets turned and saves it. What an amazing save as he gets, and he doesn't save it. He spins it out. He's still, and caution does come out here as Charles Stevens Jr. now gets it back going. We kind of saw that happening, but let's go back and watch it. As we watch from Kyle Roberts' view. I don't think Charles Stevens Jr. knew that Kyle Roberts was there. And let's go on board with Kyle as we watch it. See the 88 up there. I think Charles was looking at the singular car and thought, I'm going to go down low, and Kyle Roberts was there. And Charles Stevens Jr. sort of goes for a ride there. So just a racing incident there, but Charles Stephen Jr. on the bad part of it as he goes through the grass. Does save it a couple times, which is really impressive, but ultimately gets sideways slides, and that was enough to bring out the caution. So right after pit stops, so it worked out good. I don't think anybody will come down pit road here, but it's about the best time for that to happen. Nobody really got caught out through that cycle, I don't think. But second caution of the night here in the Bubba's Bald Tire Outlet Arca series. And we do have a couple people coming down pit road. Got Daniel Pope leading, Andy Kurtz and Jason Warren. Aaron Adcock, Kyle Roberts, Josh Oswald, Charles Stevens Jr., Eric Tracy. Lots of folks coming down pit road. Very interesting. Only about 5 laps on these tires, so we'll see if the jacks go up or if this is just a thing for fuel. I don't have a fuel calculation, so I don't know what they can do. We'll see if the jacks go up. You see the car sort of shift a little bit, and you definitely don't. So the fuel only stops here. So there may be possible that these guys can make it to the end. To give up that kind of trap position, it had to have been a substantial amount. So we'll see how that plays out here as the race unfolds. But interesting call there. Daniel Pope running in the 3rd position, so he gives up 3rd to go down and get some gas. That's tough. He's going to come out and blend in 14th. Well, let's talk to we talked to him at that first. We talked to Steven on the first caution. So let's talk to him after we've gotten about 33 laps in the race. Steven, you got me?
Yeah, I got you, Eddie.
Well, man, second caution of the night, so we'll bring you back in here and talk about it. We talked about what your plan was. How's your plan working out? You're up 8 spots from where you started. What you feeling right now? How's the strategy working out? And kind of what's your thoughts moving forward here?
I'm going to be all about tire management.
Yeah, you only got 3 sets, so you've already used one. That means you got the one that you got on now and one more. So, and we got a long way to go, a little under 50 laps. So, how you going to manage the tires knowing that you got that many laps?
Just going to try to do it on one more stop and see where it works out at. And like I say, try to save tires and see if we can't move to the front a little bit.
All right, Steven. Well, good luck.
All right, appreciate it, Eddie.
You can tell these guys are focused. It's probably a lot like bringing up these drivers in the real races. They get told that they're going to be, in the race reporter, and then when the time comes and they key you up and they go, hey, talk to me, and you're like in the moment, you're driving a big old race car and you're dealing with a lot of strategies, working with your teammates, and then, some idiot gets you on the mic and says, hey, tell me about your race. You're like, oh my God, I got more stuff to think about. But, all right, well, Jim Caudill, Jonathan Cofield definitely didn't want to see that caution as that really bunched the field up. They had a pretty nice little gap there. But Caudill are going to have the advantage on the restart. He does get a nice jump here, so he's going to try to get away in that Gatorade number 15 and maybe just set sail here. Cofield going to try to keep him in the wings and maybe try to get back up there. Kostick, a new player up front with all those guys pitting. You're going to have some new faces up here at the front. Guys that maybe have the speed to race it out. May see some new faces. Time goes. That caution was really good for guys who maybe didn't have a good qualifying run, but definitely have the race pace. That was good for them. So. They come roaring off in turn 4. Caudill still with the lead, but Cofield definitely on the hunt. So if we do the math, we know that they've already pitted on lap. Some people pitted on 28. Some people pitted on 32 or so. And we saw those guys come down the pit road for gas. So the gas situation is interesting because you needed to pit somewhere around lap 30 to make it. To really stretch your tires, you want to make it to lap 30, then you want to make it to lap 60 or so. But the fuel is what's going to be interesting. And if you can make it, make it stretch a little bit, you can catch some guys out. I just don't know how this is going to work. Daniel Pope has made up a few spots. He's up to 8th now, so we'll see how that plays out. But as we go back here and look, man, these guys are 4 wide back here. I'm talking about tire strategy. We got racing on the track. Good grief. Try to find a camera that ain't terrible. That's pretty good. You see Mickey Isaac, Chuck Feltz, Andy Kurtz. Andy Kurtz been up front all night long, finds himself in the hornet's nest as they are all over each other back here. Jason Warren, another one of those that pitted. Looks like Daniel Pope so far been able to navigate that the best. He's found his way back up into the top 10. There's a lot of big movers in the race. Right now, running 4th position, Michael Nash up 10 spots. Cameron Hamilton, we talked about him a little bit. He is currently up 12 spots. Chris Reese in the 8th position, 9th. Now he's up 20. Tyler Breeding in 8th that just passed him is up 19 or 18 spots. So lots of guys moving forward. As we watch this battle here between Chris Reese, Jason Warren, and 32 of Tyler Breeding. Chris Reese looking racy. Trying to work that bottom line, but you see the interesting. I don't know how true this is, but it looks like Chris Reese may have taken tires on that last stop. As I'm looking at the pit times here, everybody that pitted there has about 5 seconds or so on pit road just for fuel. But Chris Reese, it's like a 15-second stop. He may have taken tires. And if he did, that is going to be his last set of tires. So I don't know if that was just a mistake where he just didn't click off his tires or what happened there. But he took a set of tires, it looks like. Unless my time in the score is just wrong, which it's possible. He may have just taken fuel only or something at some point. So I don't know that. I don't get to see their tire sets they have remaining. But he definitely took a full pit stop there. So let's keep on as he gets into the wall. But a good-looking paint scheme. Needs a number on the side, but still a good-looking scheme. I like it. All right, so go back up front. Still Caudill, Cofield, and Coastal. running nose to tail. I think Cofield saw Jim run him down and pass him. So there's a little bit of, especially if you're close on speed, what you can do is just get to his back bumper and just kind of maintain his own pace. You got out to a really big lead and Caudill ran him down. So now there's no point in trying to pass him. Just follow him. Pay attention to his pace. Watch what he's doing. Try to mimic that and see if you can save a little bit more than he did last time. That way he doesn't run you down and start to pull away. So looks like Cofield in no hurry to try to get around the 15. And there's a lot of nice paint schemes in the field tonight. It's going to be really hard to pick one. Checking in Daniel Pope, Matt Telder. Telder stayed out on that last caution and benefited from a lot of guys coming down pit road. And right now, Daniel Pope so far is up to 7th position. I don't know. I'm just interested in that call. I would love to hear the reasoning. I'm not saying it's a bad call because I don't know. I'll have to see. But I mean, just put a lot of guys back here in the back. So I just don't know how much it really is going to help. Daniel Pope has recovered nicely. He's in 7th, so just need a few more spots and he'll be back where he was. But just a difference of about 4 or 5 laps. So we'll see how much that's going to make it. Man, we've got him almost 4 wide. Oh my goodness, Tyler Breeding and Chuck Feltz make contact down the front straightaway in that Pennzoil and the U.S. Marines number 75 machine. They're really leaning on each other. Racing all over the track. I can just click anywhere and they'll be putting on a show. But a lot of new faces in this series. Tyler Breeding, one of them, and he is not shy about racing with these guys. Everybody's a little bit different on how they do that. Some people come in and hey, go ahead, just go ahead and pass me, and just kind of roll over and let guys that have been here for a while pass you without any issue. And you got some guys who just come in and say, I'm here to earn respect and race people hard and earn that respect of being a good driver. Everybody's a little bit different on how they do things. Tyler seems to be the latter as he's coming out swinging, man. 16 spots from where he started in that Pennzoil. And a little bit of right front damage to go with it. Well, if we go green here, the next pit stops will begin around lap 60, I would believe. Maybe a little bit sooner, but, I just don't know. I don't know with only one set of tires left. Everybody is on their second set now. Unless, I'm not sure about Chris Reese, but I would imagine everybody still has one left in the pits. The catch is, when do you take them? How much do new tires really make a difference? That's something that we'll have to find out. I mean, we're a good 20 laps into this run, I believe. On lap 49, these guys last pitted on around lap 30. So about 20 laps, and the difference is about a second. So if you save your tires to the end, maybe hoping on a late race caution that may never come, is that worth the gamble? Is that worth the gamble if you come down pit road and everybody stays out? Is second a lap enough to make it to the front? I mean, it's a big decision that you're going to have to make. Of course, if we stay green, which I can't imagine with the way these guys racing. 3 wide again. Tyler Breeding, Mickey Isaac, Chuck Feltz, man. Woo! These guys ain't playing around back here. I love it. Jason Warren able to make it past this crew. Find himself right behind Daniel Pope, just a few seconds back. Of course, Jason Warren, your defending champion. Oh, as they go around Aaron Adcock backwards on the front straightaway with Steve McDonald. And caution is out, and boy, is it going to be decision time now. Oh, my goodness. What are you going to do here as you see the 23 get rolled back around? Let's see what happened. We'll go back just a little bit. We'll see if we can find out what happened between these two. It starts with the 23 and the 68. Come off the corner. Oh, my goodness. Well, nobody's fault there. I don't know if you could see exactly what happened, but the 5 has to check up just a little bit as he comes off the corner. You'll see the 5, the DuPont Chevrolet. You're going to see him check up just a little bit. And when he does, the 23 has to check up, and the 68 gets that right rear quarter or right rear bumper. And the 23 goes around. Just a unfortunate racing incident there where guys just all over on top of each other. Kind of expected to see that. It's just how hard they were racing back there. So, well, I don't know if Aaron Adcock in the 23 has much of a decision here after that damage. I don't know what you do. I think maybe just come down and get your last set of tires and hope that everybody else stays out and try to pick them off one at a time and hope that it maybe stays green here, because I think you might be able to make it on fuel from here. So we may see everybody come down pit road. Yeah, here comes Jim Caudill Jr. So everybody going to come down pit road. Now, who is going to come down and take fuel only? Because we've had about 20 laps here. And who's going to go and get 4 tires? Is there going to be anybody that gambles on a late race caution? As you see pit road very, very busy. I think the only people that stayed out, only person that stayed out was Kyle Roberts. So we'll see, what does Jim Caudill Jr. do? See if the jacks go up on his machine. Yeah, it looks like fuel only for Jim. Jonathan Cofield, he looks like he is getting 4 tires. You see the jacks dropping on his machine. 14-second stop. So Jonathan Cofield takes set of tires. So the gambles are in. You've got your hands. You laid them out. Now we got to see where the turn is going to be. What's going to happen, because there is a lot going on here, because I think they can make it on fuel from here on out. But will there be another caution? Right now, Kyle Roberts is your leader. He stays out in the Wrangler 35. And he last pitted on lap 32, so he's going to be down on tires and also, I think, down on fuel. I'm not sure if he can make it on fuel from there. In fact, I'm pretty sure he can't. So I would expect to see him come down pit road here. As I think there's just a no-win situation for him. I can't imagine staying out. But Jim Caudill, Cameron Hamilton, Matt Telder, and Tyler Breeding all took fuel only. They may have taken 2 tires, but I didn't see the jacks go up. So it obviously makes more sense they'd be saving a set of tires for the end of the race. There's still 27 laps to go here. So interesting calls. I'm excited to see how this plays out for these guys. As Cofield, the first one on 4 tires. Looks like Jason Warren may have taken 2 or fuel only. Rick Rube, same thing. Maybe 2 tires. Michael Nash, Michael Kostick, Daniel Pope all took 4. Charles Stevens Jr. took fuel only. So, man, you've got the field half and half. 50% of the field took 4 tires. Half of them took, looks like, maybe fuel only. So we're going to see a lot of disparity between drivers here, as looks like Kyle Roberts is going to stay out. I don't really understand don't really think that he's got much to gain from doing this because he can't make it on fuel. You know, he's still on old tires, so he last pitted, like I said, on lap 32, 20 laps ago. Definitely not saying it's a dumb decision or a bad decision necessarily, just one that I don't understand because I don't know what he's going to gain from it. He's just going to lose a lot of track position to those with tires, maybe settle ahead of some guys that just took fuel only. But he's still got to, if it goes to green to the end, he's going to have to come down pit road. So he may just be banking on a lot of cautions. We'll see. But getting ready to go green, he's going to lead us down as we have going to be 25 laps to go here as we go green. And Kyle Roberts gets on the gas, going to get a nice jump. And he's going to leave the outside open for Jim Caudill, who's going to get a run there. Cameron Hamilton making his appearance up near the front. Saw him back there just taking it easy. And sure enough, here he comes up on the outside now. You see the new tires, Jonathan Cofield trying to make those work already. In that 58 machine, going to have some cold tires for just a little bit. We'll be able to see him really pick up the pace here. He's got a lot of cars in front of him, and he's going to have to get around Kyle Roberts, who you could definitely see is off the pace. They're going to go 4 wide here. Kyle Roberts obviously doesn't want that to happen, but he's just so far off the pace here. It's just bottling everybody up. Wow, Tyler Breeding and Jason Warren make contact down there. Cofield going to get it wound up. On the top side is, my goodness, this is insane. Cofield up to 4th, looking to the inside of Jason Warren. Man, they are all over the place. Guys trying to make moves, trying to get position. Cofield gets the outside of Cameron. And he should get a massive run off the top side with those new tires. Here comes Daniel Pope on the outside as well. As we got people going backwards. Oh, big wreck here. 4th caution of the night as Kyle Roberts goes around. And we've got other drivers spinning around too. Philip Monzo as well. As, man, I'm not really sure what happened. Let's see if we can go back and find that out. Let's go back, and we may be already in it. Let's see if we can find. Yeah, the 67 of Eric Tracy just gets into the back of Kyle Roberts. I would just imagine the speed differential. We'll see if we can find Eric Tracy and go on board with him a little bit. We'll see how much different that was. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. It's really hard to say. Just a little bit of contact, and that sends them both around, and that's our 4th caution of the night. So we are under caution. Jonathan Cofield is able to make it up to the front. I mean, it's about the worst thing to have a quick caution like that if you stayed out, because all those with tires, Daniel Pope, Michael Kostick, Jonathan Cofield, now are going to get a reset. You know, what they've had to earn with those tires, now they get to reset, but you really can't come in. You're going to give up so much track position. So they really was hoping to see that caution a little bit later if you're one of those that stayed out on fuel or just went fuel only. So got some guys coming down pit road. Rick Rube, Eric Tracy, Charles Stevens Jr. Guys may be deciding to come on down and get their last set here. It looks like Chris Reese has used his last set of tires, so You know, as much as people sort of, you know, kind of get a little perturbed about having so little sets of tires. I mean, this is the drama that it sort of creates. I mean, it's good for broadcast for sure, and it's good for a little bit of parity. You know, making the right decisions, and you know, sometimes racing involves a little bit of luck, and you know that really keeps it interesting when you have to make these calls. Jim Caudill Jr. making the call that he needed to make and save that set of tires. I mean, if we run 15 laps and he comes down and takes that last set, I mean, he is golden. So it's really, really hard to make those decisions. I think that's where the lower tire count really helped that. Now, as a driver, it's the most frustrating thing in the world because you want to be able to come down after a 10-lap run, come get a fresh set of tires, and go back out there and defend your position that you've earned. You know, you don't want to be Jonathan Cofield and have to go back to almost 10th and drive your way through, you know, guys and whatnot. So just a tough call, but that's what makes it interesting, and it makes a dang good broadcast, I would have to say. But when we go green, lights are off on the pace car. We will have 20 laps to go, and probably going to be a really exciting 20 laps. I don't think it's going to be our last caution. Guys are definitely getting a little bit less patient. It's go time, especially if you got tires here. If you're Cofield, if you're Cossack, if you're Pope, you got to go. You don't have a whole lot of time to wait. I think Jason Warren may be on 2 tires. I'm not exactly sure. So he may have a slight advantage over those who don't have any. But I want to thank Brandon Wallace, Bubba's Ball Tire Outlet, Jeff Byer Jr., Kinder Farm and Ranch, Flexible Freight Solution, Dark Horse Motorsports, No Neck Fashion Repair, and Chuck Pegleg Felts for supporting the series. Without them, none of this would be possible. But, man, we've got a big restart here for guys with tires. You got to get it when you can. And a big restart for Jim Caudill Jr., who's got to get a good jump here. Going to slow roll through the Geico restart zone. A little countdown there for Cameron Hamilton as they work together. Jim Caudill's best friend is Cameron Hamilton as he's got to get between him and the 58. Is he going to be able to clear him? Doesn't look like it. 58 going to drive down in the corner. Goes to the outside of Cameron. 58 is going to have a run. Cofield setting his sights on the lead. Right to the back bumper. Every time you see new tires, the middle of the corner is where those tires make a difference. Got the most grip. Cofield not waiting around now. There's only 19 laps to go. As you see the field all spread out. But we watch this battle for the lead as Cofield with those 4 tires should be able to make quick work of Caudill. As you see Daniel Pope putting a slider back there on Jason Warren. So Daniel Pope also on the move. Knows he's got to go. He does not have time to wait. Can't be battling with guys with no tires. He's got to go if he's going to run down the 58 machine of Jim Caudill, or Jonathan Cofield. And there goes Pope down to the inside. And it definitely looks like Caudill definitely struggling on those old tires. He got guys all over him. He's just trying to hang on. If we get a caution in the next 8 laps or so, and yellow flag's not out, excuse me. Jumped the gun there, but as the 15 still falling back, just getting swallowed up by these tires. Mike Kostick goes by on the outside, the 27 of Michael Nash, and that beautiful Winn-Dixie car going to the inside. And Caudill's best hope right now after, a fairly dominant race from him is that we get a caution in the next 5 to 10 laps. But even then, it's going to be really, really tough, as he's going to lose a ton of spots. Even if he comes down pit road, it's going to be tough to make it all up. Battle for third. Michael Kostick with 4 tires. Jason Warren with 2. Kostick trying to break into the podium position. He's got position here. Should be able to drive down to the bottom. I think he'll be able to complete this pass here at 3 and 4. But I don't know. When you're racing the defending champion at the end of the race, it's going to be difficult to make that pass. And he's not quite able to clear him just yet. Kostick with those 4 tires needs to get by as soon as possible and try to make his way up towards the front to his teammate. Battle Daniel Pope. Somebody slow. I can't see who that was in that city 64. That's Matt Knights. Looks like he had gotten up in the wall. He was running up at the wall, got a little bit too high, maybe really, really off the pace. Able to get it back rolling. Kostick able to get that position over Jason Warren. It sets his sights on the leader, but right now it's Cofield and Pope. They're just split right there. I mean, they're running almost identical lap times. Oh, and yellow flag is out now, as I don't know. It looks like Philip Monzo is going around. Matt Knights. Matt Clemon is around as we get this out of here. Can't really see where it started. Like we're going to be a little bit of ahead of it, but let's see if we can find out what happened. Phil Monzo there in that white car. Oh, Steve McDonald comes down and tank slaps the 19. Let's go back and watch that again. Yeah, looks like maybe it was at the 81 got a little slow there and had to check up. The 81 is Rick Rube. We'll kind of go back one more time. We'll watch it from Matt Clemens' point of view. As you see, he was already out ahead of these guys. And then 81 trying to get a run. He's going to get a little tight right here. And he's got to get out of it to not hit Kyle Roberts. Matt Clemens with nowhere to go. And Steve McDonald just trying to thread the needle there. The 19 closes it up. And unfortunately, just ran out of room. See right there, Steve McDonald, the 19 sort of closes that gap. He obviously probably saw that coming and didn't want Steve McDonald to take him 3 wide. But it looks like, the gap's there. McDonald had sort of, he had committed at that point. The 19's still coming up. The 19 obviously giving room to Phil Monzo down at the bottom. Just one of those deals where 4 wide was just not going to work there. And poor Matt Knight's just nowhere to go. And he had been up a little bit higher than that. And we saw him get into the wall. Well, all right, with 13 laps to go, I mean, it's a perfect thing for Jim Caldwell Jr. Now he's going to come out probably in about 18th spot. He may lose a couple spots here as guys are on differing strategies. He is going to come out and be, I believe, in 19th. So 13 laps to go. He's got about 15 lap fresher tires than the leaders. He definitely has the speed. We're definitely going to be watching him. I just don't know if he's got enough time. I don't know if he can get a couple cautions. Pick off 3 or 4 drivers, get a caution. Pick off, 5 or 6, get a caution. That may be what he needs because he definitely has the tire advantage. Just not the track position. Well, we definitely appreciate everybody watching, everybody that goes back and watches it. in the next couple of days. We definitely appreciate it. And glad to be broadcasting multiple Rebels series this season, calling the Grand National Series and the Arca Series all on Friday night, a doubleheader. And then broadcasting the combined truck series now that's on Sunday nights, the Outlaw and the Rebels together. Really, really enjoy that series. That's a fun one to do. So glad to be able to do that. And then in about a month, Apex, Aaron Adcock over there in the Apex Truck Series on Thursday nights. Excited to get in there and do that too. So everything's picking up. Very, very excited to get these races in. Tonight has been a very, very exciting race here in the Bubba's Tire Barn Arca Series, whatever it's called. And thank Brandon Wallace for putting this on. Definitely putting all the work in to make this series a success. And so far, the racing has been incredible tonight. Just a fantastic show. I would say the next 12 laps are going to be just absolute mayhem. So I'll probably just, in my own mental image, may just think of the last 70 laps or so as what the race was, because I can't imagine with the tire differences and stuff. It's just going to be it's about to be mayhem. But Jonathan Cofield going to lead them down to the green flag. He's got about 19 positions between him and Caudill on brand new tires. So what can Jim do as Cofield gets a fantastic jump here with only 11 laps to go? Who's got something for him? Does his teammate Michael Kostick have anything? Daniel Pope, what can he do? As they fan out all over the track, battle here for second. Daniel Pope on the outside trying to get that car, and he does. Oh my goodness, and Michael Kostick squeezes Jason Warren, taking some liberties. And I tell you what, that 45 machine, not the one I'd like to take liberties with, as you know, Kostick knows he's got to do that to win. I'm not being critical of Kostick at all. I think he did what he had to do. But that is a tough deal. It's tough. You have to do it, but the guy behind you may not like it. Man, Kostick really working that top side. 10 laps to go. Might as well. Trying to keep the RPMs wound up. As I see guys moving all over the place. You see fanned out 3-4 wide. Telder has just been in a constant 3 or 4 wide situation all night long. And it hasn't changed. I see that singular orange car in the middle pretty much every time. He needs to just stick up to the wall, I think, as Kostick gets really wide off the corner and slides the rear end as he is trying to run these guys down. Oh, yellow flag is out, as it looks like Monzo has gone around Matt Knights again, and Davy Jones in the 10 have gone around. Go back and see what happened to Kendrick Farmer Ranch. Wreckage rewind. Tyler Rice. Oh my goodness. Trying to make it almost 4 wide again. Steve McDonald has to get out of the gas. He gets, it looks like he was inside of, or he's trying to go to the outside of Kieran Church. Church going to squeeze him a little bit. He has to get up out of the gas, and when he does, Tyler Rice tries to go to the outside. McDonald tries to close the door, and when he does, just guys going everywhere. So under caution again. Jim Caudill Jr. able to make it up to the 15th spot. I'm sure he would have liked to have had a couple more laps there to make use of those 4 tires. Made up about 3 or 4. But we're going to have a couple laps under caution. Those are really long laps, and you can't make up any ground under caution. But up front, it is Jonathan Cofield, who has been a mainstay all night long. made all the right calls, took the tires there at the right time, and found himself up front. Daniel Pope in second, up 5 spots where he started. Michael Kostick up 8 in third. Jason Warren, I believe on 2 tires, is doing a great job of running with these guys on 4. He is up 5 spots. Mickey Isaac having a fantastic run in the 5th position. Michael Nash, we talked about him a few times. He's been making a lot of moves. That Winn-Dixie car looking good. You know what? That's going to be the best paint of the night. Jeff By Jr. Art best paint of the night is going to go to Michael Nash Winn-Dixie 27 machine. I love the way that looks. So congratulations to Michael Nash and whoever painted your car. If it was you, great job. If you didn't paint it, you picked it, and that's good enough. So congratulations. But running right behind him is Andy Kurtz. Andy has sort of been in this weird spot where he kind of got behind on strategy when he decided to come down and get fuel only that time with Daniel Pope, and just kind of constantly been in this mode of trying to get back up to the front. Just the way the cautions landed just not allowed him to do that. But I think now with him sitting in 7th place, he's got an opportunity to make some waves here. So Chris Reese talked about his different tire strategies. I'm not real sure what he's on now. I know he took fuel only on his last stop, but he's up 21 spots in 8th. So he's had a fantastic race. Josh Oswald in 9th place. Chuck Feltz in 10th right behind him. All of those drivers having fantastic races. Kyle Roberts, we talked about him staying out and sort of fell like a parachute after that restart. But since then, unfortunately, he was the caution. But since then, has recovered and he's sitting at 13th. And he's got brand new tires, so worked out pretty good for him, I'd say. Now he does have a lot of fresh tires behind him, about 10 lap pressure. Sitting right behind him, Jim Caudill, Cameron Hamilton, Rick Rube, Aaron Adcock, those guys on their last set of tires. Lights are off on the pace car. Who's going to win this thing? Is we're going to have 5 to go whenever we take the green flag. Cofield going to back him up off the pace car, try to get a good jump here. Slowing the field down just a little bit. And green flag is out. Gets a nice jump. Going to pull Michael Kostick with it. Definitely doing a little bit of countdown there between teammates. That is a smart thing to do. That's why you have teammates. And Cofield going to have advantage as they go down to turn 1. Kostick going to have a slight advantage. I don't know if he's going to be able to clear Pope. He's not going to be able to. Pope really wound up on the top side. He's going to get that thing. Get a huge run of momentum. Cofield actually goes down to the inside to try to give Kostick a little bit of draft. Just defending as hard as he can. Oh, and Chuck Feltz going around. Got a big wreck behind him. Oh, Jim Caudill involved, Matt Telder, Charles Stevens involved in that one as multiple cars go around. Eric Tracy again through the grass. Huge wreck here with only 4 laps to go. Caution is out. My goodness. see what happened. Eric Tracy looking to the inside. Charles Stevens Jr., old Chuck, kind of was not exactly clear as he comes up. Charles Stevens has somebody on the outside, and yeah, just Charles tried to turn at the last second as Chuck sort of closed the door on him, and start sort of a chain reaction as multiple cars are going to go around, and just a huge wreck there. It's interesting, a lot of these wrecks have not really been like stupid things that have gone wrong or people being idiots or anything like that. It's honestly just been a lot of racing, just close, hard racing that just one slip up or one checkup that somebody has to do for whatever reason, is causing these incidents. I mean, in my book, nothing has. I mean, we were on our 7th caution, but they've all been relatively racing, related. Nothing where somebody just kind of had a. I think you know what I'm saying. I'm having another stroke, but it's just close racing is what it is. It's not somebody being a goober or whatever, or somebody wrecking somebody on purpose. It's just hard racing, and it's going to happen. So I haven't really seen anything just silly. The first caution, obviously the silliest one, on a initial start, guys checking up, running over each other. But outside of that, it's just been 80 laps of hard racing, and a lot of fun. Well, I believe we will get a green-white checkered. I think we have 3 of those if we need them. Now, something to think about here. Jonathan Cofield, Daniel Pope, Michael Kostick. A fuel run may be somewhere around 32, 33 laps. If we have a couple green-white checkers, I would be interested to know if they have enough fuel to make it the rest of the way. I think one green-white checker, they'll be fine, but they may be pushing it here. And this is not a green-white checker, so this would be a natural green-white checker. So if we get another caution before we take the white flag, the leader has to take the white flag. If we have a caution before that, we will get a green-white checker. Now, I'd be interested to know if that happens. Can these guys who pitted on lap 52, Cofield, Pope, Warren, Kostick, Isaac, Nash, Oswald, Steve McDonald, can they make it on fuel? Now, the first guy that pitted on lap 58, which I believe will be good for however many green-white checkered, is Andy Kurtz, who currently sits around the 6th, 7th position. But getting ready to go green here. Hopefully we get to see the green to the end. And Cofield going to lead us down one more time with his teammate right behind him. And green flag is out. He gets a decent start, but not near as good as last time. And Kostick did not get a good start either. So Daniel Pope clear. Oh, Kostick does get to the inside of Pope, so we'll see if that outside line is strong enough. Man, look at Jason Warren to the outside. Man, Jason Warren had a nasty run through 1 and 2. Just nowhere to go with it. 16 was right in front of him. They're getting bottled up back here. As a battle for second is really the battle for the race. Danny Kurt's going to go down to the inside, try to make it 3 wide. Pope comes across the track. as they're fanning out everywhere. Oh, somebody's around. And white flag is out, and that will be it. As I don't know who that was that went around. I can't see, but the leader did take the white flag, so that will end the race. And Jonathan Cofield takes the win here at Autoclub. Well, anticlimactic. Somebody spun right as they took the white flag, so that's sort of a bummer. Can't see who that was, but it was the 99 of Brandon Wallace who went around. But there you have it, your winner. Jonathan Cofield wins here at Autoclub. Daniel Pope finishes second, Michael Kostick third, Andy Kurtz fourth, Jason Warren fifth, Mickey Isaac sixth, Christopher Reese seventh, Michael Nash eighth, Kyle Roberts ninth. Great recovery for him. And 10th is Josh Oswald. Your biggest mover of the night is Christopher Reese, who was the Hard Charger Award winner. Dark Horse Motorsports Hard Charger is Christopher Reese. So congratulations. The Hard Luck Award is going to go to Jim Caudill, who, I mean, it was just definitely luck. Up front, dominated the race, pit strategy, just caution falling at the wrong time, and then get caught up in the wreck there. Finishes in 21st position, definitely the no neck fast repair Hard Luck Award winner. Well, let's go ahead and let's get some interviews. Let's talk to some of these guys, and we're going to start with our winner, Jonathan Cofield, who takes the victory tonight, and let's see what he thought about it. Jonathan Cofield is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, man, congratulations. What a great race out of you up front all night long. Made the right pit calls when you need to, and you came away with the victory. Definitely wasn't easy, but you came away with that win. Talk about your race, man. How'd it go, and what were you dealing with for the majority of the race?
Yeah, I had a good race overall. I ran this track last night in another league race, and except it was a night race, so I really burned my stuff up that first run. Let the 15 get back by me, but second run, man, Bubba has set us on some fuel, man. We were all saving fuel. I mean, the first 5 rows there, those last few restarts sounded like a bunch of electric cars going around the racetrack. Wasn't nobody on the gas, but yeah, I knew if I could get some pretty good restarts and hit that high line, pretty hard to pass when you got somebody pretty strong on the high side. But yeah, overall, top 3 for the band. Michael Costa had a good run, got him a 3rd place finish. So all these fast guys that Bubba's got in here, it's just real good to know that we can run with them.
Well, how important was it when you went and got those tires and everybody kind of got off sequence there and the differing strategies? You made the call to come down and get those tires, and it turned out to be the right call. How much stress were you under when that green flag dropped and you knew you had to get up there and make the most out of those tires?
Yeah, I was under a pretty good bit of stress between that and fuel. When I got shuffled back there to 6, I didn't know if they took 2 or took just fuel. You know, it's always good to leave a set sitting in the pits, but went ahead and put them 4 on, you know, but we had those cautions back to back, so it really kind of helped us out. Me and Kostick in the chat, you know, counting each other down, trying to get good restarts. But yeah.
Well, it turned out to be the race winning strategy, and everything kind of worked out in your favor there. I mean, it seemed like at the end, you really being able to, with those cautions, having control of the restarts, just makes it so much easier. So it's always better to be the leader, that's for sure. But man, congratulations! What a great race. You're up front all night long and making the right calls, and you know that sometimes is the way to win races. Definitely were one of the fastest, but turned out you were the best strategist tonight. So turned out pretty good. Congratulations as always, man. Who you got to thank? Sponsor shout outs.
Yeah, man, the team, we're trying to click pretty good this year, but I want to thank them all the practices they put up, even helping my son, on the Xfinity side, we get along pretty good, just running different things. I want to thank Bubba Bald Tire Outlet for sponsoring the race. Special thanks to Petey, Jeff Ball Jr.'s Art, Kinder Farmer Ranch, Federal Freight Solutions, Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, Cofield Supply, everybody watching at home. Good way to start the season.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, congratulations, Jonathan, and go celebrate.
Thanks, sir.
Well, that was first place, Jonathan Cofield. Let's talk to second place, Daniel Pope. This is Eddie in the
What's
booth.
up?
You got me?
Yeah.
Man, that looked like a lot of fun out there. Super fun track, really fun car. You put them together, and it's just an explosion of awesome. And tonight really showed that. And then you add in Bubba's Tire Barn tire strategies, where you only had 3 sets to start with. Made for some interesting strategies, some differing, cars on different strategies on the track at the same time. Talk a little bit about that in your race and what you were trying to navigate as far as figuring out when to put tires, when not to, and then try to get up back to the front once you did that.
Basically, it was just trying to time it out so that I had a set of tires on the car fresh with around 20 to go. I felt like, based on the tire fall off in the first run, that anything past 20 to go, putting tires on, you just wouldn't have time to come back. So I was just trying to position myself for that. I thought we were going to have more of a fuel strategy run in the middle, but we happened to catch a caution right at like 22 to go. So it threw that out the window. But overall, it was a really fun race. I'm kind of surprised I worked my way up to second. I was floating around 7th or 8th all day, and just got lucky there at the end, and got some track position, and kind of was watching Cofield and picked up some of his good habits, and was able to make my way up there to 10 at least.
Yeah, it was interesting to see that call to come down pit road and give up all that track position. How stressful is that? Knowing that caution come out at any time, and you never know. Like I said, there's in racing, if you win races, or if you get up, if you win championships, whatever, and you don't attribute a little bit of luck to it in racing, I think you're being disingenuous. But how tough was it to make the call to come down pit road, give up all that track position, just take fuel only there around lap. I don't remember exactly what lap, but just come down to get fuel only.
Honestly, it was stressful. I knew I was going to be back in the field, and I knew it was going to be a lot wilder than it was when I was running in the top 6 or 7. And I always say it's hard to run up front, but I really feel like it's harder to run in the middle of the field. Everybody races so hard right in that section to try to advance. I mean, you really have to work hard, and I mean, it was just part of my play and strategy. I knew Cofield and those guys were going to have to pit around 30 to go, and me and my group were going to go till 22 to go and pit. And the whole play on that was so that if we'd have 8-lap fresher tires for like a green-white checker or something that happened at the end. So I mean, it was definitely a gamble, and it was definitely stressful, and I would have been interested to see if it worked. I don't know if it would have now that we finished, but it was a shot I was going to take because I wasn't going to beat Jonathan straight up. I don't have that speed.
Well, second place in the first race is a great place to be, and fantastic race. Things kind of fell into your lap there, but you were up front all race long. You were one of the guys on 4 tires there, getting up through the field. Were able to make up some positions, when you just took fuel only, excuse me. Able to make up some of those spots, and you earned it tonight. So congratulations on a second place finish. Who you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Yeah, shout out to the league. I really enjoy racing with Rebels, and you guys have really made it accommodating for me and my SPM buddies to come in and race. So I always thank you guys, all my friends over at SPM, all the different divisions. Jason Warren for being a cheerleader, as he struggles all race long. It keeps us upbeat, That's about it.
All right, man. Well, congratulations. Looking forward to the season. See what you do.
Thanks, man.
Daniel Pope, second place finisher. Let's talk to Mike Kostick. Mike, this is Eddie in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, bud.
Man, a quiet race from you, but 8 spots from where you started. You constantly were moving up. Strategy, all over the place tonight. What were your thoughts about the race? Were you surprised at how things played out? Did you have a plan that turned out didn't work? You had to throw an audible. Of all the strategies and stuff that's going on tonight, what do you think you did right? What do you think maybe you wish you would have done differently?
Well, what I wish I would have done differently was been able to find a little bit better qualifying pace, but I don't know. We didn't really have much fuel. We could only go like 26 laps, so the plan was really just run until it's empty and pit and hope we can make it till the end on 2 stops. But the cautions kind of helped us out there at the end.
Well, working together on those restarts. I mean, talk to people about how important it is to work together as a team. Being able to be in Discord and counting each other down. I mean, it's such a huge advantage for both of you. Talk a little bit about teamwork and how that works as far as how important it is to have that, especially at late race restarts like that.
Well, I mean, it just helps me kind of be able to hold the second place guy up a little bit and let him get a little bit ahead, especially here. The high side seemed to be a lot better on the restarts. You kind of just hold open throttle, and then Warren came out on 2 tires, but he was a bulldog on them 2 tires. So I just needed to clear him, and him counting me down just gave me a little bit better of a chance of getting him off too.
Well, you definitely made it happen. You come home with a third place finish, podium in the first points race of the season. That's a pretty darn good way to start, especially with 30 cars in the field. Man, Mike, as always, congratulations. And who do you got to thank? Any sponsor shout outs?
Yeah, thank you up in the booth for doing the broadcast. Brandon Wallace for his great work with the series, and my teammates at Bandits.
Well, all right. Well, there you have it. Michael Kostick, third place finisher tonight. Man, y'all, what a fantastic race. As I tell you what, they just never seem to disappoint in this season. It's always a lot of fun. And I tell you what, let's go through the full race results. And let's see where everybody finished. All your favorite drivers, where'd they end up? Andy Kurtz finishes in 4th place. Jason Warren in 5th. Mickey Isaac in 6th. Christopher Reese in 7th. Michael Nash in 8th. Kyle Roberts recovers for a fantastic 9th place finish. Josh Oswald in 10th. Keenan Church, 11th. Matt Telder, 12th. Cameron Hamilton, bad luck there on that pit strategy, but he was running up front, looking to have a good finish. Finishes in 13th. Brett Bieber with a 14th place finish. Steve McDonald, 15th. Rick Rube, 16th. Matt Clemens, 17th. David Jones, 18th. 19th is Tyler Rice. 20th, Charles Stevens Jr. 21st, a disappointed Jim Caldwell Jr. for sure. Deserved a better finish, I think, but that's how racing goes, and ends up in 21st. Expecting to see a lot out of him as he was fast tonight. Brandon Wallace finishes 22nd backwards. Phil Hitman Monzo in 23rd. Matt Knights 24th. Chuck Pegley Phelps in 25th. Tyler Breeding in 26th. Aaron Adcock 27th. 28th, Eric Tracy. And 29th is Kyle Martinson. Well, first race of the season in the Arca series, and man, I tell you what, they just knocked it out of the park again. Just some of the best racing. I look forward to this one every single week. It's just a lot of fun. And I'm off on Saturdays, and I need the off day after this thing. I tell you, it is a lot of fun. So, congratulations again to Jonathan Cofield, and we're gonna get out of here. But we definitely want to thank all of our sponsors. We've been knocking them out of the park, trying to make sure that everybody is mentioned multiple times, but we're going to go through one more time. Bubba's Ball Tire Outlets, Brandon Wallace, of course. He puts in a lot of work, puts in a lot of time, money, blood, sweat, and tears. I tell you what, he doesn't get enough credit. He gets a lot of flack, but that flack's all out of love because they know how much work he puts into this thing, and it's a testament. I know the drivers make the series, but you know what? It's a testament to Brandon Wallace to how good this series is. Jeff By Jr. Art, want to thank him for the start grid and the best paint of the night. Kinder Farm and Ranch, of course, any Records Rewind in Rebels is thanks to Garrett Kinder, Kevin Kinder, and maybe even Ratchet Miller. I don't know. I don't think he put any money into it, but we'll put his name in there just because he's part of the crew, and we always appreciate him in chat. But Flexible Freight Solutions, David Jones, saw him out there on the track tonight. Definitely appreciate he puts a lot of money and effort into this series and this league as a whole. So thank him. Dark Horse Motorsports with they're sponsoring the Hard Charger Award winner. No Neck Fast Press, that's Matt Clement. Thank him. I mean, he runs the Rebels Truck Series on Sunday nights. He does a lot of work. He does a lot of graphics. A lot of the graphics you see on here are things that he did. So he puts a lot of work in. So I want to thank him. Chuck Pegler Phelps has been he has been doing the Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner since I've been here. Before I was here. And just one of the more popular members in our league. Definitely one of the nicest, the funniest, and everybody loves him. So I want to thank him as well. So man, I tell you what, thank y'all for watching. It's been a lot of fun. We'll see y'all Sunday night as we hit the trucks. Gonna have a similar field. We have 43 trucks. Just actually sent 3 people home last week. Man, so come on out, check us out Sunday night. Gonna be a lot of fun. But we will see y'all then. Y'all have a good night.